I think I would have admitted that.
Clock's moved up.
Wow.
Even last time
It gains a little.
Linda keeps running that hand up.
yeah.
It would take two Lindas to reach up there and grab
Yeah,
that.
that's
turn it around.
true. Maybe 2.5.
You got the Pledge of Allegiance down this time?
Oh, no, that one hurts the most. That one hurts the most because James just
Hey,
always on my side. He's a long way. Yeah.
Maybe you should lead it, James.
We'll
Put
take
you in the
turns
hot
with
seat.
Yeah.
it. We'll take turns. Next time somebody calls with a problem and they need me to come out there, I may be slow walking. Oh, well. Are we closer?
Closer. It's like
We're not going
watching
backwards,
water
is
boil.
15 months, 18 days.
It's 9 o'clock, Judge.
Here we go. Jay, would you give us a prayer, please, sir?
Sure.
Thank you.
Lord, thank you for this day, for being with us, watching over us, and helping people get along. And just please, please help us to seek your will and follow your will, and just help us to follow you. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Would you join me in the pledge?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Success.
Practice and practice.
It's a treat.
All right. And for the record, we are in a regular scheduled Eastland County Commissioner Court meeting, 13th of September, 9 o'clock, and all members are present, and county auditor and county judge. We do have a quorum. So we have first up, read and sign the minutes, and I have two different minutes, one from August the 23rd at 8:30 and one from August 23rd at 9 o'clock.
And you should have a September 7th.
Yes.
September 7th, it's probably back there in the pile, back there in the stack. Okay, anyone see any questions, comments? Hearing none, then can we have a motion to accept the three sets of minutes as presented?
Motion.
Motion made and seconded. Did we get a second somewhere in that
We
area?
did finally.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign, and that carries.
That was not intentional.
I know, I think my hand was not level.
Thank you.
All right, item number 2 is to discuss, consider use of American Rescue Plan Act funds to assist Eastland Memorial Hospital. And we have nobody here from the hospital. Have you heard anything else from them since our last meeting?
No, and they haven't, I don't think their next payroll was until today, maybe.
Okay.
Because it was through the 11th, I
Okay.
believe.
Well, Commissioner Raines had the idea to keep this back on the agenda, which is good. We'll keep it on there until we don't need it anymore. So no action on item 2 then. All right, item 3, discuss, consider proposed or pending contracts and agreements. I don't have anything beyond what we already have in the agenda. Anyone else have anything to present this morning? All right, no action on item 3. Item number 4, Sheriff Wigger, you want to come on down and talk to us about this? This is discuss, consider entering into contract with Comanche Electric Cooperative Association, Sika, for dispatch communication upgrades on 3 Sika-owned towers.
Guys, we had originally talked about going on to the water towers of each town, and we're quickly figuring out that really wasn't going to be a good thing to do. We didn't have the height, and I mean, we could have done it, but we would have had to work around a whole bunch of stuff. I reached out to Comanche County Co-op, who happens to have a tower right outside the city limits of Rising Star, right outside the city limits of Gorman, right outside the city limits of Ranger. Those towers are made for what we're doing. They're taller, they're better, they're more equipped. They've got the building, the structure, the infrastructure for it, the electricity, everything is already there in place, and they were glad to try to help us out, and I think that they cut us a really good deal for 3 towers. They're wanting $125 a piece per tower. Per month, which comes out to $4,500 a year for all three, and that includes the electricity. So I think they really did us right and did it good. I'm not asking for any more money. I'm gonna move money around out of the budget, out of some different line items to create that. I think it's necessary. It'll help us in our quest to have all the towers up and going and the communications for everybody in the whole county without any problems, and I think it's a better deal for us. Judge Fields and I went over the contracts. We've gone back and forth, and I think we've worked out everything that needed to be worked out.
They're 1-year contracts.
1 year, yes, sir. And then after 36 months into the 4th term, it'll go up 3%, which is like $3.25. So
It was $15.45 a tower.
yeah. Y'all got any questions about? There's a lot of contractual mumbo jumbo in here.
We will need a declarations page from the insurance carrier to send to Sika about what our insurance coverage is for our equipment. We'll put it on there.
Okay.
Probably out of dispatch, that's where that's gonna be located. Yep. Jason brings in, we got several different attachments that go with it. Jason brings in what our actual equipment's going to be, which is 4 antennas with coax, 1 outdoor equipment cabinet, 1 power supply, backup batteries, and 2 VHF radio relays. And that's for each tower. There are 3 contracts.
It's on all 3. Same thing on all 3.
3 contracts, they're all with Sika, Comanche Electric Cooperative Association, and then like Sheriff said, one's at Gorman, one's at Rising Star, and one's at Ranger. So with that should give us really good coverage, shouldn't it, Jason?
It should. That'll be a 5-tower system in this county. There's already a pre-existing one at Cisco, and then of course Western Tower in Eastland is the main one. But this includes police and fire, 100 watts, both channels. So we should be able to talk, handhelds, mobiles, everything after this.
When do you think you can get this up and running somewhere? in October?
He has already started working on all of it. I believe he's waiting on this. He's got the cabinets there. He's got all the equipment now.
Land communication?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And he's moving on it. It'll be done in the next few weeks.
Okay. So in our new fiscal year, that's where the funds will be coming out of. and they'll be
Yes,
ready
sir.
to go.
Yeah. We're not.
Okay.
We won't be taking any out of this fiscal year. It'll be out of the next one.
Okay. All right, yeah, Jason and I went back and forth with the people from Seco to try to make it more agreeable to the county side. They wanted a long-term contract, and we got it down to a one-year contract for each tower. Some other changes in there to make it better suited for us.
They've been extremely super easy to work with, and I think that they help out on some other stuff on the back end of some other things, and I think they really want us to succeed, and they want to help and however they can. I don't anticipate any issues whatsoever.
With that, gentlemen, any questions or comments?
No, sir.
Then do we have a motion to enter into these 3 agreements with Comanche Electric, and allow me to sign the same?
Motion.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. And I've got all of them here. They're certainly welcome if you want to read all that. So, we'd like to look at that. And I didn't want to kill 6 more trees to have everybody a copy. I do have, I'll get copies once you sign off and give me the attestation. Each one of these is one contract.
Okay.
There's not a place for you, but I certainly do want you to attest to
Oh, okay.
signature on there. So I'll get those signed and get them to you.
Okay.
All right.
Great. Thank you, gentlemen
Thank you.
and ladies.
Kathy, would you send me copies of those?
Yes.
Thank you.
Julie's frantically running around here, changing things. All right. Item number 5 is discuss, consider adopting an order establishing criteria for redistricting of political boundaries related to the Census 2020. You do have a copy of that. I've received this letter back in July about redistricting. We're kind of waiting until we got through all the special sessions. Of course, now that I have this on the agenda, we have another special session. But according to Allison, Bass, and McGee, there are several steps that we need to take, and the first step is to adopt this order establishing the criteria about how we're going to redistrict for political boundaries to make sure that we stay in compliance with the Department of Justice and with the election process in Texas. Hopefully we did a good enough job on this and have enough changes in 2010 that we don't have to reconfigure that map up there. But this is the first step of, you go to page 2, he talks about 4 different steps that we will have to do. Adoption of criteria, decide whether you want to have a citizen committee, adopt rules of procedure and decorum, which we already have, and then preliminary workshops. We won't actually have any numbers and data until October. We can't really start doing much until after October goes by, and we have some information. They think on September 30th, they're going to start being able to get some of that data into their software and give us an initial analysis of our political boundaries. But it'll be into October before we actually have any numbers back from Allison Bass. And then if we don't have to do any redistricting, reconfiguration, we can stop the process at that point and not pay any more money to Allison Bass and not have to move forward with any kind of changes on the political boundaries. So, questions, comments, a lot in there to take in. I would entertain a motion at this time to adopt this order to establish the criteria for redistricting of political boundaries.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt that order.
And allow him to sign.
None inside. All in favor, say aye. Aye as well.
Who made the motion? I'm sorry.
And if you want to circulate the ones you have to me, I'll sign those, and then, that's not it, Loretta, that's a political subdivision executive committee. It's the one that says order, and then it's got a blank out beside it. Should be the last 2 or so pages. And then once you attest to it, if you'd let me have it back so I can send it off to Allison.
Okay. I have a question on that. If we don't have to redistrict, is there any way we can get with Allison and Bass with their new system and perhaps get new maps with overlays?
That I wouldn't know. That would be a good question for them.
It would sure help the elections department. And you guys too, and maybe we can work on the county road map.
Yeah, 'cause it's messed up.
Oh, it's horrible.
Our vote was 5-0, correct?
Yes, sir.
And who made this motion?
Commissioner Raines. Seconded by Maxwell.
Okay, there's that one.
Yeah.
And you'll test that, and I think that was Loretta's, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And get me a copy of that back when you get it done, please. All right, so item number 6 is discuss, consider updated contact information for the Health County program.
Gailey is not here. You have, it says Texas Association or Healthy County on it. This is to replace Galia as the wellness coordinator and put Kelly Bond in.
Have you talked to Kelly about that?
Yes, we did. She knows it's coming.
Okay. Any questions or comments? Can we have a motion then to designate Kelly Bond as the Healthy County Wellness Coordinator and allow me to sign the same?
Motion.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign, and that carries. That's yours.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
ma'am, that takes us to item number 7, file the fiscal year 2022 juvenile probation budget. Ms. Kemp?
Juvenile probation did not meet or the board did not meet until, Judge, do you remember? It was after we adopted budget.
What was that?
But their budget goes through Texas Juvenile Probation Commission and also through the Juvenile Probation Board for the county. And this is the budget that was adopted or approved, and I need to file it as an amendment to the budget we've already filed.
Are we on number 7, right?
Yes.
Number 8's to amend it.
Oh, okay. So I just would like to file this budget at this time.
Okay.
Can we have a motion to file the fiscal year 2022 juvenile probate budget?
Motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. And now, number 8, amend the fiscal year 2022 budget for juvenile probation budget in the 2021 tax rate calculation worksheet.
Okay, so now I would like to amend the budget with the juvenile probation budget, and then tax code now says that the tax rate calculation worksheet has to be filed as an appendix to the budget. So I would like to also file the 2021 tax rate calculation worksheet as an appendix to our fiscal year 2022 budget.
Any questions, comments? Do we have a motion then to amend the fiscal year 2022 budget for juvenile probation and for the 2021 tax rate calculation worksheet to be filed?
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign, and that carries. Number 9 is 911 update, and cooperative dispatch update. Sheriff?
we've had a ton of stuff going on at dispatch. But the stats are, for August, 819 calls for police, 60 for fire, 137 for EMS, 136 for fire and EMS, and 75 other, for a total of 1,227, which brings our total to 9,843 calls for service this year. We've started the new CAD system. It's been up and going for about 2 weeks now. It's we've got a learning curve. We're changing the way dispatches happened for the last 60 years. So they're learning to input. They're getting the feel of it. They're getting a lot of. They're getting better at it already. It's already a lot easier. They're already talking about how much easier it is and with more information. They're getting more information into the calls. Each call, we've had meetings with the department heads and chiefs, and we're kind of changing the way we're telling dispatch what's going on too, so that they can get it entered into the CAD system correctly and all that. So it's a learning curve on both sides, and it's pretty neat, really. Several of the fire departments have gotten it linked together with their systems now, and with their e-dispatch and all that, and we're starting to find out on this call sheet that we've been under-reporting on a lot of calls. It tracks so much more, and we knew it would, so we'll see what those numbers come out to next month. But it was already in the hundreds within a couple of days. So it's going real well. I'm impressed with it. We're working out a couple of kinks, as with any big software. Getting it dialed in for our agencies and what we do. And there's 19 different entities altogether, so it takes a minute to get it all done. We're just doing basics right now, and then we'll move into the more advanced stuff as we go along. I've got 2 dispatchers out with COVID right now. They're positive, sicker than a dog. So we're dealing with that at the moment. Darla got her master telecommunicator, which now puts us with 3. We have 3 masters out there, which is pretty impressive. It's cool, and several advanced. We've got the 3rd console up and going. We've got a hold of TLETs. They gave us the 3rd terminal. So everything on the 3rd console is up, except for 911. And apparently that's a bunch of bureaucracy and red tape and hoops and all sorts of stuff that you have to jump through for them to tell you, yes, you can have another seat at your already existing 911 place. It's weird, but we're in the process of working on that. But they can go out there and they could move from one console to the other or whatever. Getting the 911 terminal depends on your call volume. COG didn't realize what our COG volume was, and so they were kind of reluctant at first. And then we pulled the numbers from the 911 tech people, and they said, "No, here's your numbers." And they were like, "Oh, yeah, y'all got more than enough to do a 3rd console." So we're working on that, and it'll be pretty neat when it's done, and give us a little bit of room to do some other stuff if we ever wanted to. We have Susan Main's going to take an associate trainer course this month, which is kind of hard to get into. We had to send in all sorts of paperwork and requests and to get that done, but that will allow her to teach TLETs, the access to the system and all that stuff, where we're having to send out people now, and those classes are kind of hard. COVID, the state shut the whole world down at COVID, and they're still hard to get, even to this day. They're hard to get. So she'll be able to teach those classes to our people, and the recertification classes to our people, and we'll be able to teach outside agencies as well. So it's a good thing for us, and put some more stuff in house where we can do our own stuff. We have the knowledge, so might as well do it. And that's about it for dispatch. We've just been busy every day doing something, trying to progress a little bit.
Thank you, Sheriff.
We had a weird deal. I don't know if this is the place to say it, but we had a weird deal the other
Well,
day.
weird deals we do right here.
Yeah, I mean, I swear we're buried. We're on an old burial ground out there or something because it's weird. But the other day, the consoles just went. The two consoles, the third one stayed up, and there's another good reason for having the third one. But they just out. Both racks, consoles, everything just power out, and they were out for about 10 minutes. Generator never kicked on, but we had light. You see the 911 people, everybody has come out there, and nobody can find what happened.
So how did it just come back on by itself?
We rushed out there to try to figure out because it was like a breaker got thrown or something. We were standing there fixing
the phones, did you?
yeah, those people aren't. They have trespass notice. But we were out there fixing to start opening up breaker panels, and it just came back on. And there hadn't been another issue since. Nobody can explain it. So we're still looking into it. We've got another crew coming out because we can't have that happening. So they're going to come out and look again, but we don't know what caused it. Just weird. Thought I'd share it. Hasn't happened before or since, but anyway, that's what's going on.
Thank you. Can we have a motion?
Any questions?
Yeah, any questions? Can we have a motion to accept the dispatch report from Sheriff Wager?
Motion.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign, and that carries. Item number 10 is Update County Burn Ban. Of course, the burn ban is off at the time. Do we have any information from fire departments or other sources that we need to have the burn ban back on? Other than that we need a good rain.
It was raining.
We'll put it on, we might get a rain.
That's true.
Okay.
Seems to work that way.
Nobody wants to make a motion to put the burn ban back on?
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, sir.
You're serious?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to put the burn ban back on
Okay. Effective when?
right now.
Immediately.
Yes.
All right, we do have a motion before us to put the burn ban back on, effective immediately. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
All right, we've got a motion and a second to put the burn ban back on, effective immediately. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. It's unanimous. Okay. I will prepare that and get it to you, Kathy.
And I was gonna burn this weekend.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Now you ain't gotta worry about it.
Yeah.
Now the judge is worried about it because he don't have nobody here to do it. So he gotta figure
I
out.
thought you'd stay behind and help me with that.
He will, Judge.
I am a behind, that's for sure.
Oh,
Yes.
well, we'll move on. On item 11, personnel matters.
You each have a report. The time period of the report is August 18th through 31st. During that time period, there were 3 new hires, 2 full-time jail guards, and 1 full-time deputy sheriff. There was 1 employment termination, which was a full-time road hand in precinct 2.
All right, anyone else having the personnel reports? All right, may we have a motion to accept this personnel report as presented?
Motion.
Second.
Motion made, seconded, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign, and that carries. 12 is budgetary and appropriative matters. 12A is certification of additional revenue.
I have 1 certification. It's the next one in your stack. That's an emergency amendment.
That's, still ain't on your pot, there it is.
Thank you.
It was out of order.
Make one mistake.
Hey, watch it
Crenshaw.
too,
I
Judge.
know, it's terrible.
Well, I wouldn't think nothing about it, but Andy's over going like this.
You mean Bob?
Yeah, Bob. Bob.
Okay. It was $1,783,107.50 received from the U.S. Department of Treasury, was deposited into the ARPA Grants Fund checking account and credited to the ARPA Grant U.S. Treasury revenue line. I'm asking the court to increase the ARPA Grants Fund 1.9 public health payroll costs in the amount of $150,000 and budget line support in the amount of $1,633,107.50. Depending on what the county's going to be required to do as far as vaccines or testing, I may have to come back and amend this.
Any questions or comments?
I've got some comments, but you don't wanna hear them.
Well, are the comments related to certification of additional revenue?
No.
Okay. Can we have a motion then to certify the additional revenue and approve the expenditures as outlined?
Motion.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. All in favor, say aye.
No.
Any opposed, same sign. And that carries.
Judge, since that's a grant, would you do mine also?
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. And that takes us to emergency amendments on 12B.
There are 3 emergency amendments. The first 2 were already, an emergency was already declared by Commissioners Court on June 28th. I'm just asking for an emergency amendment. The first one is $13,329.01, and it is increasing the computer equipment in dispatch budget. The next one is $49,999, increasing the computer equipment budget in dispatch also. And the last one, emergency has not been declared. We need more money in the autopsies budget, and Judge Fields and I discussed this last week, and we're asking to increase that budget $24,800. And that is, I believe, just for autopsies we know right now.
Yeah, and I'll address something on that. I received a letter from the Tarrant County Medical Examiner's Office last week. It says that they have a critical shortage of medical examiners, and so they will not be able to work cases from outside their district, which I'm assuming is Tarrant County, starting October the 1st, until we become fully staffed once again. Judge Glenn brought the letter to me, and I received an email about the same letter. So I advised him to contact Lubbock County to see if Lubbock County will take our autopsy request. And he checked with them and checked with Dallas County, and Dallas County will take them. So it's not nearly as far of a drive as taking somebody up to Lubbock County. But I don't know what it's going to cost. And Tarrant County's cost, we know, a little over $3,000 for a full autopsy. I don't know about Dallas County. But after October the 1st, TCME, Tarrant County Medical Examiner's Office, is not going to take any more of our autopsies until they get more examiners.
What about the drug testing? Wasn't that the one doing the drug testing?
They are doing drug testing, and that was not addressed in here, Robert. I did think about that, but this is just about autopsies. Impact of our critical shortage of medical examiners affecting our current workload and resulting in possible delayed turnaround times in autopsy report. Be advised that Tarrant County Medical Examiner's Office will be unable to work cases, just cases, outside our district starting October the 1st until we become fully staffed once again. So I don't know if that's going to be drug cases. It sounds like that's a possibility.
Judge Glenn did bring me a price list this morning,
Oh, okay.
and a level 3 autopsy, which is their highest level, is $3,250, I believe, which is about $150 more than we're paying Tarrant County.
Okay.
So we may have to address that later also.
Keep that in mind. The more autopsies we have, the more that's going to change. So with that, are there any questions or comments about any of the emergency amendments as outlined by Ms. Keith? Do we have a motion to make those changes as stated?
Now we need to declare
Declare.
an emergency for the last one, the autopsies,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Well, let's do that first. Can we have a motion then to declare an emergency for the autopsies, which is 010-409-4110?
Yes.
Okay. A motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. And then with that, to pay that and to also pay the other amendments, to move the other amendments around, do we have a motion to make those other three amendments?
Motion.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign, and that carries. There you go. Thank you, ma'am. That takes care of 12B. 12C is amendment changes by fund.
Yes, we have 3 pages, and there are several that I would like to discuss with the court. We're now into the time of the year that we're using some payroll lines, which takes Commissioners Court approval. The first one is in the auditor's budget. I am moving $3,247.68 from group health, and this is to purchase the equipment for the scanners that are gonna go with the new system. So all those adjustments are listed, but that is one payroll line that's being used. The next one is in the sheriff's budget. There's an adjustment to the investigator budget line, moving money from group health into the HSA contribution line. And then in the jail budget, just below, and I'm on page 2, 010561, moving money out of jail guard, moving money into employee physicals and utilities and equipment repairs. Then at the bottom of the page, precinct 2, 020622, moving budget from retirement, and the main use of that was putting it into materials. The administrative assistant and precinct employees was a correction from a previous adjustment. And I think that is all of the budgets that we use payroll lines.
All right, gentlemen, any questions or comments? All right, can we have a motion then to make the amendment changes by fund as presented?
Motion.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign, and that carries. Okay, that takes us to 12D, report of financial condition. Ms. Kate?
Yes. The first report is the July end-of-month report. I do need to note that the jail inmate commissary and jail commissary are not reconciled. I received those. Actually, it is the LEOSC and bond account, isn't it? I need to correct that. I received those Friday. I'd already closed July. They'll be on the August report.
Okay.
There you go. Okay. The first section of that report is the combined statement of cash position for July. General fund checking, $2,982,692.40. Tax pool, $331,058.23. First Financial Bank CDs, $847,263. One Texas Bank CD, $250,000. One Schertz Bank CD, $250,000. One Prosperity Bank CD, $250,000. Tax pool prime, $521,148.13. Texas class, $510,070.70. Total general ledger balance, funds on deposit for general fund, $5,942,232.46. Road and bridge checking, $462,949.79. The remainder of the funds are listed. And then on page 4, there's just one line, which is the total, and it's total general ledger balance, funds on deposit for all funds, $11,858,164.17. There are 2 totals pages. The next section of the report is the combined statement of revenue and expense for July. It shows July month-to-date revenue and expense, and then year-to-date revenue and expense as of the end of July. General fund revenue, end of July, $8,892,280.99. Expense, $7,581,045.30. Road and bridge revenue, end of July, $1,488,404.97. Expense, $1,325,474.45. The remainder of the funds are listed. I think there's 3 pages of that. Then the combined statement of cash receipts and disbursements, showing the beginning cash balance, cash receipts, cash disbursements, and July ending cash balance. Again, these are general ledger balance, and they are by fund and account type. And there are 6 pages of that report. Following is the pledged security listing from Prosperity Bank. The pledged market value of securities is $256,850.86. And then the management report from First Financial Bank showing the securities for our funds on deposit. On page 2, the total pledged market value far right, $10,411,107.40. The next report is the interest. The current column is July year-to-date, and then the history column is the same time last year. End of July, we had earned $14,387.60 in all the funds. Same time last year, we had earned $89,340.61 in all the funds. Are you going to do Christina's part, or do you want me to do it? Okay. As of the end of July, the total funds under the control of Christina Dodrell was $10,391,155.93. And there's her reports.
Okay, gentlemen, any questions or comments about this financial condition through the month of July of 21? All right. Hearing none, can we have a motion to accept and also to sign the affidavit as prepared by Ms. Dodrell?
Motion.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? And That carries. Please sign and send around. Tell if there's one or two there. That one's about to go off the table.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Let's see, you get one.
Not yet. And one needs one. All right, that takes us to the next report, which is a report of financial condition and reconciled balances as of September the 9th of 21.
And the first section of that report is the combined statement of cash position for September. General ledger balance, general fund checking, $2,457,453.09. And the investments, I'll go over the ones that were different from the last report. Tax pool, $331,064.47. Tax pool prime, $521,175.47. Texas class, $510,092.62. Total general ledger balance funds on deposit for general fund, $5,417,048.65. Road and bridge checking, $173,538.23. I do want to bring your attention to Fund 26, which is the ARPA grant funds. First Financial Bank, we had $750,000, and Texas Class, $500,041.86. So total ARPA funds, $1,783,305.30. The rest of the funds are listed. And on page 4, I believe, shows the total general ledger balance, all funds on deposit as of close of business September 9th, $10,803,779.55. Then the combined statement of revenue and expense for September, and it's listed September month-to-date revenue and expense and year-to-date revenue and expense by fund and account type. General fund revenue as of September 9th, $9,071,314.16. Expense, $8,222,139.36. Road and bridge checking, $1,510,547.74. Expense, $1,555,791.98. You'll notice the revenue and expense gap is closing on general fund. We're getting close. And road and bridge, the expense is over the revenue, which was planned. It was planned to spend it out of fund balance.
About that, because what I've seen, and I was kind of curious about that last time, is that we didn't move everything from general fund. Still shows that on the allocation from general fund to road and bridge, there's 200,000 that we didn't move.
Okay, I'll have to check into that. I thought Christina had done all that, but
No, it was on that last budget you printed.
okay,
It shows that, Yeah, it shows 200, only 82% had been moved from the transfer from general fund to road and bridge.
Okay, I will check on that. The next section is the combined statement of cash receipts and disbursements, showing the beginning cash balance, cash receipts, cash disbursements by fund and account type. And that is all for the September 9th report.
All right, gentlemen, any other questions or comments on the September the 9th? Can we have a motion to accept that report as presented?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. That carries. 12E is the investment report.
Yes, I do have the July investment report. It's the last page of the July report. This time, we have general fund investments and now the American Recovery Plan Act Fund. You'll see the 3 First Financial Bank CDs for general fund, the Schertz Bank CD, the Texas Bank CD, and the Prosperity Bank CD. Then Texas Class, Texpool Prime, and Texpool. And this report has the addition of the $500,000 that was invested in Texas Class for the American Recovery Plan Act funds. The collateral on the cash balances and bank certificates of deposit was adequate for the period. This report is made in accordance with provisions of Government Code 2256, the Public Funds Investment Act. The investments held in the Eastland County portfolio comply with the Public Funds Investment Act and with the county investments policies and strategies, and it is signed by Christina Dodrell and myself.
Okay, gentlemen, any questions or comments on the investment report? Okay, can we have a motion then to accept that report?
Motion. Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, same sign, and that carries. 12F is financial reports. And Kathy, we've got quite a group of them. Start out with the sheriff's report. Sheriff, you want to bring us up to date on your report here?
Sure, this is all the stuff that's been on Facebook and in the news, so you probably read a bunch of it already, so I won't go over every word or we'll be here all day. But we had 290 calls for service, 35 reports generated, 11 cases filed with the DA's office, 5 transports, 22 citations, 21 warnings, 15 arrests, 31 warrants served, 57 civil processes served, 37 mental health services, 2 mental health transports, and a jail average daily holding of 62. So that in itself shows we're pretty busy. Other than what's on here, the main stuff is we hired a new deputy, Jesse Overton. He's straight out of the academy. We're doing another training deal. Our last guy is finishing up his 4 months of training and is fixing to hit the streets on his own. And he's going to be good, and he's young and motivated. And our new guy's young and motivated. It's going to be, I think they're going to be great assets to us. We've had some COVID in the jail, female and male. But we were able to, instead of shutting the jail down, I didn't really want to do that because we're going to have to learn how to live with all this stuff. So we made a couple of COVID pods is what we're calling them, one on the male side and one on the female side. If somebody gets the COVID, they go in there and they all have COVID together, but it's not, that way we're not putting them in population or with anybody else. And it seems to have worked so far. All the females are now good to go. We have one male. And we've also got a couple of seg cells that are kind of reserved for that too. We have one male that's in the medical seg, and he's had it for a little bit now, but he should be coming out of it pretty soon. He's the only one left at the moment. We've gone back to implementing we're taking the temperature and all that, and we were able to get 400 rapid tests from the state. So We can rapid test people as they're coming in. If we need to, we're going to rapid test the employees if we need to. And it's been an asset so far being able to do that. So we're fighting COVID again, but we're doing good. The other main thing is the RMS systems. We've been having several meetings. The records management and jail management systems. We've been having several meetings with other law enforcement and fire, but mainly the law enforcement for records management. We, along with them, we're still on net data. Net data just doesn't cut the mustard anymore. There's several things inside of net data that they haven't kept up with over the years. A lot of state regulations, NIBRs, all that stuff. It is not modern law enforcement friendly. It's very outdated. It's 20 years outdated, easy. It's still an old DOS program. There's so much more that we could be doing and tracking and seeing, and then that data is just not doing. So we've been, and the other chiefs are they don't have net data. Their programs are a little newer than that, but they're still having issues. They're using multiple programs and different things. So we've been looking at, we all want to join the CAD system and make it into, the CAD just one part, and it's the primary main part. But then there's reporting, the law enforcement reporting and the mobile side for the fire departments and the jail side and all that stuff. And we all want to start moving into joining the CAD, where we're all linked together. We are all sharing information in real time, we all deal with the same people, same jail, same DA, same dispatch, same everything, and there's no reason for us not to be sharing all this information and have that information available to the units in the field and to dispatch and vice versa. And so we're looking at options and a pathway to try to figure out how to get us on that. Of course, it's going to take each entity doing their own part to make that happen. And some of them may not be able to, but that's where the path we're going down right now, trying to figure that out to modernize and get out of net data. And if we're going to get out of net data, we might as well link up with pre-existing stuff and try to link this all together. And so it's a multi-phase project, and it'll take a little while to accomplish, but that's where we're heading, or trying to. I've been working on grants for the vehicles, and I'm fixing to start on a grant for servers and body cameras. I want to put some body cameras in the jail, and I want to put body cameras on the guys here in the courthouse. We just deal with so much now that body cameras save us. At first everybody was anti-body camera, but we've really found out that it saves us and a lot of trouble, a lot of liability, a lot of he said, she said stuff. And there's no reason for us not to be. There's grants out there that cover there's a governor's initiative right now for all that stuff, so it's a hot topic again. So I'm going to try to take advantage of it while it's out there, and the servers would be for storage, video storage, and all that stuff. It takes mass amounts of room to store all that stuff. The cars and the body cameras just take up a bunch of room. So working on that, and other than me going over everything else that you can read about, it's going pretty good. We're just staying busy and working. Any questions or anything y'all like to see? Or
Did you have any luck on your vehicles, on your grant for vehicles?
I won't know. In fact, I'm waiting on the next agenda. We have to have a resolution and all that. It's ready to go. Other than that, I had to get it in the paper for 14 days prior and all that stuff. So on y'all's next deal, there will be a resolution and the grant for y'all to approve. I don't want to put all my eggs in the basket, but it's a pretty good grant, and they have a good history of working and doing those grants in this area, so.
That's for 2 vehicles, though.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So,
That'd be great.
trying to save some money and do some other things, and anyway,
All right.
it's going good, I think.
Questions or comments for Sheriff Worker?
Good job.
Good deal. Thank you, Jason.
That's good.
You bet. All right, and Kathy, I've got a whole pile of, and this is 12F, financial reports, departmental reports. I've got reports here from Constable Precinct 1. I'll just kind of go through them as I come to them. County clerk, records and reports for monies receipted. The second one, this is the second one, that's the same one. Precinct 1 Constable, reports from JP Court for 3 different, there's JP1, JP2, and still have a little bit of JP4 in there.
I don't have any of those.
I'm gonna give, I have this,
Those are all of ours.
yep. Well, actually, I'm gonna give them to you now because I don't think I got them in the usual format that I get them.
Okay.
I think part of those were probably emailed out. The Commissioner, did y'all get an email from Justice Court? No.
Interesting.
Yeah. A little different.
We'll go through those after court.
Okay. And then I have the report from the Sheriff's Office for fines and fees that were remitted to the county treasurer. And then, I think y'all have a copy of this. These are collections from the district clerk and the registry of the court from district clerk. Do y'all have those? Okay.
I
I think-
also have Constable Precinct 2,
Okay.
and then the tax collector and several DMV reports.
Okay.
That's it?
Rhoda, do you have those?
I do not have them in front of me. They are probably in my file.
Okay. All right. Any questions or comments, gentlemen? May we have a motion to accept those reports in as presented?
Motion. Second.
Motion and second. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, same sign. Number 13 is bills, claims, and accounts. Ms. Keith.
We just have one set. I do need to bring your attention to page 12 and 13, which is county clerk. Records management and records archival. These expenditures, I believe, were all approved in previous commissioners' courts, so they don't need additional approval.
Okay, tell me when you're ready.
How many sets do we have?
Just one.
Oh,
Y'all keep looking for set
I
2,
know.
3, up to 6. One set. Well, we paid the bills, last week, so.
Yeah. This was really easy to count.
Yeah. Anyone have any questions or comments about the one package of bills and claims? Okay,
Motion to pay the bills.
Second.
we have a motion and a second to pay the bills, claims, and accounts. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Same sign. And that passed. And then the last item on the agenda, Commissioner Raines, before the meeting, gently and kindly pointed out to me that I may have the dates on here wrong,
But I did gently
but I
kind of.
just have that on there. So is there any reason to discuss the 19 and 20 budget?
No.
No, nothing? Thank you for Commissioner Raines for bringing that to my
I
attention.
was
I
not,
appreciate
I'm
you.
the gently
I
kind
appreciate
one.
your thoroughness and your comprehensive examination of the documents that we have before us. Thank you.
I brought the 19 and 20 if you
I
want to
did
go
too.
over it. I didn't know why. I
I
thought,
did it too. I was like, man, what's going on?
Really?
I'm serious.
Okay, all right.
Trying to bring
I never
this.
know if you're kidding, or if you're pulling my
No.
leg or not pulling my leg, because it's usually pulling my leg. All right, no action on item 14 then, so with that, anything on any of the other agenda items to go back over?
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
There you go. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign, and we are adjourned.